All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. I just wanted to do a quick video going over some of the news, we can expect, when we're going to see Glorio and Daima Super Saiyan Goku, when we might see the 10th anniversary Dokkan Battle 2 update, although I think, the name I just used right there will tell, we should expect that probably in mid-January, but we'll take a look, right? The Dokkan Battle 2 update thing right there. We're going to kind of go over a lot of this, and then I do want to touch a little bit on TEQ Goku, because I've seen a couple, I mentioned this recently, but I've been kind of browsing YouTube, seeing some of these, small YouTuber stuff that people are covering and stuff like that. And I've actually seen a lot of talk of TEQ Goku, returning. And, I understand why, but we'll go over why it's definitely not happening. At least not for Christmas. Maybe for, New Year's or something like that. We'll get to it. So let's start, well, I don't know. People probably care about that. I don't know. Here, okay. So number one, Glorio and Daima Goku are coming out this week, right? I don't have it pulled up, but the sales and Kai banner stuff like that end on the 26th, right? But we know when the data download is going to be because it's during the maintenance. So data download for global is tomorrow night on Christmas. And this is typically the New Year's characters. This is around when the data downloads and stuff like that always happen. Because Goresh has told the story several times of sitting down for Christmas dinner. I think it was Christmas Eve dinner in 2018, when the Blue Gogeta and Broly movie data download happened. And those guys were in the game for the first time, right? So it's always around Christmas Eve. These gacha games, they're, kind of like predatory gacha games, man. They know, people are getting their Christmas money and stuff like that. They're like, oh shit, we better get our banners up. Spend those Christmas bucks here, right? They know. So this is when the data download is going to be. Now, lately, they have not timed up the global and JP data downloads to be the exact same time. Usually, they've been on the same night, a few hours apart. But they've been on the same night. So we can expect the data download that will have Glorio and Daima Goku is going to be tomorrow night, Christmas night. Global's typical, JP's typical data download time is right around 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in that window at the moment. That's kind of the window for it. So again, JP will get its data download in 12 plus probably 5.5 hours. So 17.5 hours, something like that, is when we could expect JP will have its data download. And then Global's data download is just going to happen as soon as maintenance is done, right? Maintenance will end, and then that's where the data download is. We know this because, there's 10 years of history with this stuff like that, right? So the point being, neither JP or Global is getting anything until this data download and stuff like that happens, right? And that can lead us to, here, we're going to talk about, I do want to, talk more about the Dokkan Battle 2 update, but I'm going to start with the TEQ Goku stuff because I feel like people probably saw this. Now, again, Ningen uploaded a video, no shade at him. A lot of people have been talking about TEQ Goku returning, right? And the reason they've been talking about it returning is the Tanabata banner, which Global essentially didn't get. Now, yes, there was the Black Friday banners. It's a little bit different. It's pretty much the point of the Tanabata banner. I feel like it kind of, just seeing the way some global players talk, I think it is lost on a lot of them that what this banner's intent is the anniversary unit's return, right? It's not about TEQ Goku. It's actually about Beast and Broly. They've done this for years. They started this in 2018, right? It's always been, this is the big return of the anniversary LRs. So the main advantage, the main point of these banners is to grab the anniversary characters with red coins if you want to. This banner sucks. And I've seen a lot of people talk about this as a return banner for UI Goku on JP. This is not a return banner for the character on JP. UI Goku has been on one fucking banner, and that's his own banner. This is not a return banner, dude. UI Goku's banner, it was up at the exact same time, right? Like the banners are up at the same time. If you want UI Goku, you would summon on UI Goku's banner. I should actually pull up his banner to make this point. Hold on. Yeah, if you would want TEQ UI Goku, this is the banner you would want to summon on, right? Because what we've got over here on TEQ UI Goku's banner is ding, 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 10 featured units, right? Which, dude, it's insane to think about because every damn banner is 10 units now, right? Oh my God, yeah. Dude, nightmares every banner coming for your boy, dude. 10 units every banner. But yeah, like again, so like this banner dropped on the 28th, right? So like this drops, and it's like this is the banner you would summon on to try and get TEQ UI, because the Tanabata banner it had 18. Okay, I feel like doesn't it usually have 20? Like they did drop 2 characters out of it, but you have like all this kind of like extra filler, basically. Like a lot of these characters down here are not really competitive anymore. Funny enough, I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta probably could be fast-tracked for their Super Easy A's because they are anniversary headliner characters, these two right here. So we could see these guys. I think we could potentially see these two Super Easy A even for the 10th anniversary. Again, like kind of like fast-tracked before other 120% leaders because they are the anniversary characters, right? I do think so. So keep an eye out for that. But I saw a lot of discussion about that, like, oh, like, you know, JP has already had a return for TEQ UI. It's not a return, right? This is meant for the anniversary characters. Now, Global, because this was kind of like the year where the sync happened and stuff like that, and, I mean, listen, the sync was handled horribly. I think it's really good that the last, like, ditch final thing that happened with the sync was a major, like, just W for Global, and that was Jiren just being added onto Gotenks' banner. Like, we could not have asked for anything better to end the sync than just, like, the last remaining character in Limbo just put on Gotenks' banner. So that was huge. But because of that, this banner basically just gets lost, right? And I guess what they decided to do was, because both versions were caught up, they decided to just do this so that they both would have them at the same time. So it does kind of just end up being that, like, Beast and Broly return kind of like an extra time on JP, I suppose, for people to attempt to drain their stones, right? So again, here are the Black Friday banners, which was, you know, was only a couple of weeks ago. Now, keep in mind, too, by the way, Global players, Beast and Broly will be on the 10th anniversary. So, like, we can anticipate they're going to have another quick turnaround just on the 10th anniversary banners. There's a reason all throughout the year I say skip, don't summon. And people, you know, get salty and they say, oh my God, don't tell us how to use stones. But it's like, bro, I'm just going to keep doing it forever. Suck it up. I'm never going to stop. Ever, 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 ever. I'm not backing down. Because it's like these like, they always funnel so many of the best characters onto these major celebration banners, because Legends, Dokkan, these gachas, they pull in, like, these major celebrations is where they pull in so much revenue, right? Like, this is what really matters. So these banners are always going to be chock full of new units, characters people want, and stuff like that, right? So definitely keep that in mind. They're going to be, again, available during the 10th anniversary, right? Now, okay, so here's the Goldblum JP thing, and here's where we need to point out that, again, this banner, not this one, this banner seemingly is not coming for Global, and we should know this from this, okay? So here was the data download that had these, right? Now, Global's was way more stacked because Global is still catching up with characters, right? You know, the Hit, the Universe 6 Namekians, Champa, the Sub-EZAs, all that extra stuff, the Tanabata wish strips or gift cards, like, they were kind of just, like, catching up with all that stuff, right? By the way, I'll be curious if during Tanabata in 2025, which would be June, if, like, are they gonna just make it wish strips for both versions? Or is, like, it doesn't matter, but they've kind of, like, synchronized a lot of stuff, right? Like, they, you know, made Battlefield be the same number as JP. They made World Tournament just kind of be the same number as JP. I'll be curious to see if they're going to just start doing wish strips for JP rather than the gift cards on Global. It'll be interesting. But the main thing I wanted to point here, now, again, keep in mind, too, Global, you know, every banner does have kind of like the peel-off trove kind of extra stuff that JP never gets. But there was also this. These are the Tanabata tickets. This is what JP got for this banner. JP didn't get these. This is the same data download, right? It's the same one right here. JP didn't have these. This was a global extra. And these were not just like paid tickets. These were the paid tickets right here. This was not paid tickets. So it's very obvious to me that these are meant to be the tickets for the Tanabata banner. So I don't think Global's ever getting this banner. Now, I know a lot of Global players are dying to call that a shaft, but I don't really think that's much of a shaft. I mean, maybe you could say a little, because it is a banner that's lost. But this is like the bait banner of bait banners to trick people into using stones anyway. Again, the major point with these is just to get the anniversary characters with red coins, right? Red coins is the biggest thing. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to see this. What's going to happen is the data download is going to drop tomorrow, right? JP will probably get it like 9:30 p.m. and then Global will get the data download as soon as maintenance is over. By the way, I do wish that the data downloads would be simultaneous. Even here, the times were vastly different, right? Like Global ended up getting the data download way later because JP was in maintenance and Global wasn't. I don't like the way they do that. Like we see this is November 19th at 9 p.m. and then we could look at when JP's was. It was at 3 a.m. on the 20th. It was, 6-7 hours later. So for whatever reason, we're going to have one of these times right here. I don't really know what the maintenance is for Global. But yeah, there's going to be this banner is definitely, it's 100% is not showing up for Christmas. Could they still do it as like a New Year's special or something like that? Probably not. Probably not. Because we're about to get Glorio and Kid Goku. They're coming. Probably 26th or 27th, right? They're coming. Then we are going to get the New Year's step-up banners we always get. We'll get on the 1st. Like always. We always get those. So, I don't know, chat. I just think that this banner is just never coming, right? Which isn't the biggest deal. Now, if you guys are curious when TEQ Goku will return, remember, JP has not returned him, and this banner does not count. The Tanabata LR has the longest period before they return of any character on JP, right? But Global, remember, you guys are moving to the JP schedule. This guy will return on March 18th, Saiyan Day. That's when he's going to be there. Could they add him early to the anniversary banners? The only way this guy is on the anniversary banners, I think, is they'd swap him with like Beast or Broly or something like that. Probably not. It's going to be March 18th. March 18th, this guy will come back. That's when the Tanabata LR returns every year, is March 18th. So, TEQ Goku will return then. And I understand that TEQ Goku, came out on August in like a very tight window. But, I mean, it's just kind of a minor inconvenience of the sync. I think it's much better that, Dokkan, we're synchronized. Imagine waiting months and months and months. Like, imagine JP just has this, and then Global just has to wait months and months and months and months for this. Right? Like, the sync is exactly what they needed to do. Okay, I ended up rambling a lot more about the UI Goku stuff than I thought. Maybe I was going to talk more about the Dokkan 2 stuff and just more like when exactly we expect to see all that Glorio and Goku. I'm probably still going to do that. I think I'll probably just end this here just as kind of like a discussion about TEQ Goku. So again, this banner is not coming. And TEQ Goku will be returning on March 18th, Saiyan Day. So it's like, usually for Global, the characters that historically would take a very long time to return were the Worldwide Download Celebration LRs. Because for GP, they'd come out in August, and then they'd return on anniversary, right? But now for Global, it was the same. So they would show up in August, but then they wouldn't return until next July. But now that's gone, and the character that's going to have the longest return time is going to be the Tanabata LR, right? So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.